Hi there, I'm Rachel from The Vacationeer, and I want to talk to you today about one of my favorite subjects, which is planning for Disney World. So to get started, the first thing that I do is look at the crowd calendars. I like to use the Walt Disney World Prep crowd calendar. It goes in varying degrees from lightest crowds to the heaviest crowds, and they even give you recommended days to go. And from there, I look at events that are going on. Here you can see there's the Christmas Street event going on. There's Epcot International Festival, Pro Bowl. There's so much more beyond that. That's just for the end of December and the beginning of January. So you definitely want to look to see if there's any events you particularly want to go to or any events that you might particularly not want to be there for. So after you decide when you want to go, then you need to decide where you want to stay, which Disney resort makes the most sense for your family. The different levels are the value resorts. They're a little lower in cost. They're a little further away from the parks. And then a step up from that would be the moderate. A little step up in quality, a few more places to eat at them. And then the deluxe resorts have the most amenities, the most impressive decor. They have more variety of dining options, and they have extensive recreation opportunities. And then the deluxe villas is for larger groups. It's also if you want the experience of having your own full kitchen and all of the amenities, and you want all of your family in one area for a larger family. I went with the Art of Animation last time with my group of 20 with many young kids. It was 3 families going together with young kids. The kids absolutely loved how they felt like they were still immersed in the Disney, from The Little Mermaid to Lion King to Finding Nemo, in the rooms and in the pools. It was such a magical experience for our family and the families who were with us as well. So once we picked where we wanted to stay for sure, then we needed to make sure that we could get the arrangements that we wanted for that time. So we wanted to do the stay, play, and dine option. So we had to look at what was available as for the 3 families to go at the same time. We had to see when we could get all 3 of those rooms booked with the stay, play, and dine option, which took a little bit of work. So from there, we also had to plan our meals. You can start planning your meals 180 days out with Disney, and I would highly recommend that. We didn't have that much time to plan, but we also didn't get to dine at some of the restaurants that we would have chosen. The quick service dining plan is great for families on the go who might not want to sit down for longer meals, and there's no reservations required ahead of time for that one. The Disney dining plan has 2 snacks, 1 sit down, and 1 quick service meal throughout the day. Lots of families go with this one, so it's 1 planned out reserved dinner a day. And then the deluxe plan actually has 3 reserved dinners, sit down meals a day, and it also involves some adult drinks as well. Reserving the sit down meals that you want can be a little tricky because you need to go in at about 7 in the morning to try to reserve the ones that you want at 180 days out. And if they don't have them right away, you can try to come back over and over refreshing the page, because sometimes people will drop their reservations. So that can be quite the long process to get the sit down meals that you want. So you work out which meals you want. You also need to figure out which parks you're going to go to on which days. And then what fast passes are most important to people in your group, which rides they want to go on, which experiences, shows. And then you start that process of doing fast passes for your group. You go into the My Disney Experience app. In the app, you want to go to Fast Passes and then choose the people who you're including in that fast pass. For me, that changed a lot based on what it was and the ages of the people. For example, we might have someone going to a show with the younger kids, while another adult was bringing some of the older kids on some roller coasters. Or it might be everyone going together. So you need to choose the date, and then you choose the park based on if you're in one park for the day, or if you have the park hopper in which you get to go to different parks for the day. You choose which fast passes you want from the parks. You start out with 3 fast passes a day per person. So in this case, let's say we're doing Magic Kingdom. Then we look through to find the experience that we want to book. So we go through and find the time that works well for you. Say you're doing Space Mountain, pick the time that works well. Got that fast pass recorded for 2 in the party. And then we need to go back and pick more fast passes for other people in the party. Let's say we're going to pick out our second fast pass for that day, and we have to work it out at the next available time. All right, we choose Big Thunder Mountain. Go ahead and say we want to reserve our spot for 2 people there. And continue to the third fast pass of the day. And after we pick 3 fast passes for the day, then after you use those up, you can choose 1 more fast pass and then another. You can continue throughout the day, except the choices are very limited, as it's just whatever's left over for the day at that point. So you can use 1, you go to that ride, and then you check the availability and see what next fast pass might be available, and you can do that. Another aspect I looked into before I went was transportation. Now, transportation throughout Disney World is provided for you through buses, the monorail, boats, which we actually really enjoyed. But different places bring you to certain other locations. Sometimes you have to take a bus from one place to a resort to be able to get to say a different park or a different resort. So you do need to look into the transportation ahead of time as well. But I have to say that it's a super relaxing thing. So once you get into Disney World, there's no more driving. There's no more having to find a parking space. Instead, you can enjoy your family during that time. I actually really looked forward to the transportation. So bringing you through this process, I think you've probably gathered there's just a ton of planning that goes into a Disney World vacation if you want it to go smoothly and get the most value for your time. Your time is precious, and how often you get to go on vacation at Disney World. So I have to say that as I was using my fast passes with my family, getting to walk to the front of lines throughout the day for 10 days, I noticed all these people standing in line for hours. There would be signs saying, 2 more hour wait. And it actually inspired me to want to help other families plan their vacation so they don't have to spend their precious time waiting in line, but they can actually go right to the front of line to get those experiences that I got to experience with my family and I've been able to help other families with. So if you could contact me, I would be more than happy to help you plan your vacation. My email and phone number is listed below, but you can email me, Rachel@thevacationeer.com, and I would love to talk to you and help you through your planning your Disney vacation.